Hello and welcome to the video, friends. Today we have with us Dr. Jauhan. She is 47 years old. She is a strategic consultant for healthcare industry. She is also certified yoga practitioner. She has participated in the Germany's Master Chef competitions, and she is a mother. She is a great storyteller, and I am excited to know about her fitness journey. Before we begin our formal interview, I would like to request you to give us a brief and short introduction.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm also as excited as you about this interview. Yeah, I am a full-time working woman, working as a strategic consultant for healthcare industry. I'm also a mother. I have an 11 years old child. I'm a yoga practitioner, doing yoga since last 30 years. I love cooking. I have taken part in the German Master Chef competition and also won the first round of it. And since then, my cooking has also gone into another level, so I am also very creative, try not just Indian cuisines from where I come, but I also make multicultural cuisines from Mexico, from Japan, and from Europe. I love writing books with my son together. We have written a storybook and my cookbooks. I go dancing tango with my husband once a week. Yeah, that's in short about me, what I am, what I do.
You do so many things, as we hear from you now. How do you get the energy to get to these goals and activities?
I think the necessity is the mother of invention. As I said, yoga is anyway embedded in my lifestyle, so that doesn't need any extra energy for me. I get up in the morning, first thing I do is my yoga, and then the rest of the day unfolds. How it all started, that I really got into writing books and making concepts, was my first unemployment. I did a 3-continent trip, visiting all my friends.
Right.
The last month for me was then a yoga training. That's where I did my yoga teacher's training course. Within me, what I am from inside. And there it was like doing 1 hour of yoga in the morning, one in the evening, and then healthy eating, going a lot in the forest, in the nature. And after 1 month, I already saw this, like your body is singing. You're so healthy, you're so happy. And if you have this balance of hormones, you're in another planet. And I came back completely determined that I will maintain this lifestyle. I know what healthy me feels like, and then started work. Being a mother, being a full working woman, fitness is just a dream. I can't accept it. I have to find ways. So it's like then I started developing concepts. How can you do 15 minutes of stretching, 15 minutes of yoga? That means you have half an hour yoga in the morning. And then how can you cook quick meals, like in half an hour, a complete green protein plate? At least once, so not like 3 times there, at least once in a day that you cook healthy meal. And then maybe in the evening before sleeping, you do another 5-10 minutes relaxation. So how do I find a way that I have an equilibrium with the style which I did there? So this is where this journey started. Also my cooking, I mean, I always liked cooking, but this developing concepts for cooking, for yoga, this is where it started. And I wrote my first cookbook at that time. A friend of mine did yoga with me in the morning, so it helped her as well. Initially, she said she's a German, and she was very stiff, and she said, I am not sure if I can do yoga. I said, just take it easy, slow, you will reach there. So she was also disciplined routine. She every day is like 6:30, 7 o'clock. We met online, and she could see her body is opening. After 1 month of doing it, she could do it as well as me, and she also felt transformed doing that. So this was the starting point for me. Then I discovered what it is to do things which you like doing, and then I knew I have to make sure that I find time for this.
Yeah, it's some kind of passion is needed,
Yeah.
or some kind of drive. The drive is coming from not having a full-time job at that time.
You just need to get the taste of following your own passion, and then you find your ways to do things.
How did you move your fitness goals with this?
Yeah, so I wrote a big book on a 4 weeks challenge. Since I am both a yoga enthusiast and a cooking enthusiast, I wanted to make a very balanced plan which is not focused on calorie restriction. I just realized that I need to lose some weight. The earlier methods are not anymore as effective in losing. I need to do a bit more. That's why I took it as a challenge, and evolve a more drastic way, which is still not about calorie restriction and which is still about a sustainable way of losing weight and maintaining it. The reason why I had 4 weeks and 4 different concepts was that when you are on calorie restriction diet or on a specific type of diet, you do it for a few days, and then at some point you stop it, you have reached your goal, and then you go back to your usual life. But the thing is, your body has got used to this metabolism now. So for example, calorie restriction, now your body is used to calorie restriction. It is using less energy in whatever you do. Even with some restrictions, you still start to gain weight. Because your body has shifted its metabolism. So for me, it was important that I have to keep my body confused, that it doesn't get used to a specific way, that when I come back to my normal style of eating, I don't have this yo-yo effect. So that's why I made this 4 weeks dynamic challenge. So the idea was that I start lighter, then I go deeper, and I end lighter, so that switching to my normal routine is then from there not a drastic change. So my way of starting was, the first week was a low carb diet, which was not really a challenge. It's like, then you have to take care that you remove all the processed foods from your diet. No processed foods, no processed, so even wheat, rice, no white rice, no processed wheat, no whole wheat. And actually I reduced on wheat and rice because they are carbohydrate dense. I don't say that one should remove it from the diet. They are important, but for this challenge, because it was a low carb challenge, I did remove them for this week, or used it little. I used more grains like quinoa, buckwheat, which also have certain content of proteins in them. And also hirse, how is it called in foxtail millet, I think. Foxtail millet. So I then created my own recipes with these, which are, so, and my idea was that I love eating. For me, it's joy, and I don't want to punish myself, torture myself with not eating. I want to have this satisfaction. So for me, it was important that I cook, I eat well, that my body is happy, I have eaten something good. So that's why I made breakfast, lunch, dinner. I had to be very creative in thinking what should I make which is healthy but still tastes good, and my body feels satisfied with that. So low carb, first week. The second week was fermented foods. And the idea here is, so our gut, that's the second brain. We eat chips or these processed foods. This all is in your gut, and the gut bacterial, your microbiota in the gut, this evolves with the food what you eat. So the more processed food or this not so healthy food you eat, the more negative bacteria come in. And those bacteria are staying there. They need these chips. So you have to get rid of these bacteria. That's why fermented food, it has good bacteria. So the way is remove the processed food, that the negative bacteria has less to eat, that they die, and increase fermented food, which has good bacteria, that the good bacteria overcome the bad bacteria population. So with fermented food, preparing the whole breakfast, lunch and dinner menu, that was quite a challenge for me. Yeah. But luckily come from India, where we have so much of fermented food options. So fermented food didn't mean everything should be fermented, but at least one thing. Idli, dosa, and curd rice. There is rice in there, but the second week is anyway about fermented food. Yeah. And I anyway believe no food item is bad unless processed food. Every food item is healthy. It's about the quantity what you take, which is bad. I mixed in them quinoa or foxtail millet or buckwheat, so mix off. And then like this, now your gut is ready, your cravings have reduced. And then the third week was about keto. So this is the most challenging week. So keto is about high protein, high fat diet, and low or no carbs. So it's like you can do a complete keto or low keto. You can define which way you want to go. And actually, for a long run, I would not suggest doing a keto for weeks is a good idea. I think it can even damage your health, because you're starving your body from certain nutrients which you need. But giving your body a short shock of keto is actually healthy. And
what kind of foods are useful to maintain the keto diet, or the primary sources for it?
Yeah, it's for me it was easy because I eat also meat. So protein is a lot in meat diet, or cheese, or milk, yogurt. So they all have high protein. And Yeah, for keto, these are the sources because there you have low carbs. But if you're on a vegetarian diet, then I think tofu, paneer, yogurt, milk. So keto was challenging, but I enjoyed doing it because I was in this motivated phase.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one was then wholesome food. And then here it again comes to no food is a villain. Eat everything, eat in proportions, maintain variety in your diet. And you have so many hidden nutrients in everything. Just try as many healthy nutrients as you can take. Every week I took my photo and took my diameter weight. That ways I knew every week how much I am losing. I had actually aimed, even if I lose 1 kilo, it's a big success for me because I don't want to do it in a drastic way. And actually I lost 2.5 kilos in 4 weeks with eating well. So I ate well, all the meals, because I like enjoying food as well. Yeah, so this was my challenge.
So if I summarize it, it's like the first week you have a low carbs diet. The second week is about fermented foods. The third week, keto diet, which is completely the hardest. And the fourth week, you come back to normal, basically.
Yeah.
So with this 4 weeks challenge, did you also integrate any type of, as you said, you're also a yoga practitioner. Did you also do other workouts or only limited to yoga?
Yes, indeed. So just I think when you want to lose weight, just doing sport or just doing diet is not enough.
Not enough.
You have to combine them both. So yoga is my core, but yoga is not enough. On an average, after 40, you start to lose your muscle mass. And with yoga as well, you build muscles, but not so effectively like you would build with weight training and all. 1 day of weights training. In yoga, you do it a bit differently. That's one thing. First is you're stretching the whole system through exercises that every muscle gets moved. And then there are also meditation techniques. So breathing exercises, one of them is Bhastrika, which is not just breathing, your pelvic muscles are being pulled up. For me, on this belly yoga day, this is core, first flexibility, and then doing these breathing exercises, which are also internally, not just breathing, internally massaging my organs, my pelvic floor. This is about the belly yoga day. And then I did upper back yoga day, lower back yoga day. So these are then 3 yoga days. And the last one is this HIIT. So this is high interval intensity training, because there you are doing this cardiac for your heart. It is important.
How long is your time needed for these practices of yoga or your belly exercises or HIIT?
So it was 45 minutes. It's like half an hour of exercising and 15 minutes of meditation, breathing exercises. And this HIIT goes fast. And this I don't do myself, because this is anyway best to do it looking on some video in internet and doing it together with that. So for that, I don't have my own program. I just follow others. You can choose it 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you feel fit, you can do actually 30 minutes.
With this practice and the time you need to perform all these practices, how is the support from family and friends?
My husband is very supportive. For kids anyway, if you are happy, they are happy. So yeah, they are very, very supportive. But it is time consuming, these 4 weeks of challenge. Buy all those things, cook, after cooking, clean. And then I have to remember those recipes and write them down. So focus on variety, focus on freshly cooked food if you can. And if you can't, but then on balance of diet. Okay, carbohydrates, one needs to watch. We don't need, with the growing age, we don't need that much of women not. We are not also doing that kind of exhaustive work that we need so much of carbohydrates. So definitely reduce a bit of carbohydrates and have variety in food. And this is something everybody can manage.
So if you're looking to accept this 28-day challenge, I will put the email and the link to reach out to her, where you can contact her directly and get that recipe book upon request. So what would you recommend to a person who has just started his fitness journey? Do you have any suggestion or recommendation for this?
Putting a bit focus on fitness is important. You don't need to do anything drastic. You don't even need to do a 4 weeks challenge unless you really want to lose your weight. What you can do is small steps in a day. Just reduce slowly on processed foods, reduce on sweetened drinks. Try to include some of millets in your diet. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. You need to accept this. You can't do it in a day. You can't do it in a week. Slow, steady. Confuse your body. Don't let your body get used to a certain style of meal.
That's where sustainability comes in. Like
So it's like, don't be too strict to yourself. But yeah, for me, socializing part is also important, and I do break rules, but then I know next day I have to compensate for it.
Great. So I guess that was a learning curve for me, because I can take a short message from myself that life is not just about fitness. Life is not just about having goals. Life is also living a sustainable and happy life. What you can achieve and maintain without feeling guilty, without feeling sad, without having a craving. And that's what I take it from Anu. I'm pretty sure this might help you in your fitness journey, in taking the right decisions in which way you want to take your life. And with this, we come to an end to this video, friends. I would like to thank Anu for being with us. Thank you very much. And until next time, here is Amitoza signing off.
For kids anyway, if you are happy, they are happy. So yeah, they are very, very supportive, but it is time consuming. These 4 weeks of challenge, I have to say,